Hi, my name is Julie Easterwood-Parks, and today my speech is on Operation Market Garden, the biggest screw-up during World War II. Why is it that World War II is the most loved by history students? Could it be because of TV or Hollywood, always portraying the successful missions such as the landing in Normandy or the Battle of the Bulge? You know, when Patton showed up with his armored units and saved the 101st Airborne Division. But what about those unsuccessful missions? Well, Operation Market Garden was one of those. It began as the largest airborne operation in in September of 1944. And it also caused the greatest amount of lives. During the next few moments, we will look at how failure to plan and failure in intelligence produced one of the worst screw-ups during World War II. First, let's kind of cover some of the background about what led up to Operation Market Garden. Everything began on June 6, 1944, with Operation Overlord, the invasion of Normandy. It was led by Allied Supreme Commander Dwight D. Eisenhower. Allied troops advanced at such a speed that no one even thought around the 1st of September that the supply lines would have been stretched so far. The supply lines is what supplied everything to every troop, such as from Band-Aids all the way to the very most important thing of all, gasoline. Well, when all of this was stretched too far, a plan was needed. And on September 17th, 1944, Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery put his plan into action, named Operation Market Garden. Unfortunately, it really was doomed from the very beginning. It was doomed because of essentially planning. When military leaders began organizing and putting the operation together, no one considered the simple things, such as weather. When the weather set in with the fog, the airborne units were not able to all drop at the same time. They had to be divided up into 2 days and 2 different drops. Not only that, when the radios, the communication system, the radios that the troops took with them on the ground forces, many of them not only worked, but worse than that, their radio channels were also being tuned in by the German forces because nobody checked the channels. I think second of all, and probably the worst, is on intelligence. On September the 10th, 1944, Field Marshal Montgomery received intelligence that had been directed to him from the Supreme Commander Dwight Eisenhower. The information was sent down to Montgomery, and he was told of the movement with the German troops and even the size of them. And then September the 10th, when he received it, he didn't alter his plan. He stuck to it. You know, fighter pilots call it target fixation, when all you can see is your target and you don't realize all the things around until at the very last moment you've flown through the target and you hit a mountain. Operation Market Garden was that mountain. And sadly, 15 to 17,000 Allied troops died because of poor planning, because of intelligence, because the whole system itself broke down. More importantly, of the 15 to 17,000, 8,000 alone came from the 1st Airborne Division. In conclusion, Operation Market Garden should be studied from point A to point E. I mean, from the beginning of it until the end of it, so that the cost of life will never, ever come to that amount because of poor planning. I hope you've enjoyed this speech and that it has helped you to understand a little bit more of the details about Operation Market Garden. Thank you for listening. Bye.